Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast episode 66. Tonight, we're talking Fall Guys, Paper Mario, a new Fortnite map, new Minecraft maps, and our ranking of all the Pokemon games. All that and more. Well, welcome back to Nintendo Pals Podcast if you're returning, and welcome if you're here for the first time. My name is Andros, and I am joined by my co-host and fellow Nintendo pal, Micah.
Yep.
And this is Nintendo Pals. This is like the weirdest intro I've ever given. Sorry to anybody that's new. But in this show, we talk about games we're playing, we talk Nintendo news, we talk rumors, we talk community-submitted questions and topics. And if you want to be a part of this awesome community, hit up our Discord. Links to that are in the description of the show. You can also follow us and chat with us through our many social media channels. We're on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all the places. All the places. I'm excited that, for those that are returning, may have noticed that this episode is a little late because of my mistake. Usually we have this up.
Yeah, all Andros's fault.
Usually we have this up Monday morning, but I actually misread flight information and thought I was getting back much sooner yesterday than I did actually get back. So I got back at like 2 a.m. instead of 7 p.m. Yeah, it was rough. It was rough time, but I made it back. I was out on a trip. My sister got married, so that was fun. Got to see a whole bunch of family. Yeah, it was a good time. How are things going for you, Micah? You're just like sitting here like, and Andros is rambling.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Nothing exciting like a wedding happened. So.
But since we last talked, didn't you have family in town visiting, that was like during the last episode.
Yeah, they left Monday morning.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, it was really good. It's first time I have got to visit with my mother and all my siblings on that side of the family for quite some time, so that was really nice. Yeah. Funny story, though. My sister's boyfriend came up from Florida, and he took a taxi from the airport to the hotel and left his backpack in the taxi. And this backpack had $600 worth of items in it, one of those being the Nintendo Switch. Yeah. So when we
able to get it back?
Yes. Spoilers for the story. Jeez, but yeah, he was able to get it back.
I just get into the good part.
When we met up with them, he was like, "I'm absolutely devastated right now," and we're like, "What?
Did he say
happened?"
it very calmly like that?
Yeah, he's not. I mean, he was pretty. He was pretty upset. I'd say that he had done that. The problem was he went back to the airport and talked to the taxi kiosk, and they're like, "Oh, well, we don't actually like own the taxi service. We just work with other taxi services. So it could give us a description, and we might be able to help you." And he didn't know the name of the company. He barely knew the guy, like what the guy looked like, and there was zero way to contact this person. Paid with like a pay service, so the bank statement was just like, you paid such and such money with Square or whatever. It's like, so he was absolutely hosed. And the thing he was most devastated about was losing his 500 hours into the Animal Crossing. He's like,
That
that's
would be
probably the
devastating.
worst part. And he was like, I hope that it like cloud saved. Um, anyways, long story short, it was like 2 days later, he got a call back from the actual taxi driver. Might have been actually just the next day. Got a call back from the taxi driver, who was an absolute legend. So shout out to this taxi driver in Salt Lake City, Utah, who is a hero among men, who didn't just keep this backpack, but returned it to the airport. Called up.
I would have at least taken like a few bells or cool items from his Animal Crossing
Like he
islands
opened it up and
as payment.
traded to himself. That would be pretty funny. Yeah, but in today's world, you never know. Like that could have been just gone forever. And this is a happy Christmas miracle story, I'd say. So
Yeah. Plus, now he's a cool story to tell. So
yeah. I have another
win-win.
cool story to tell from my trip. So on the plane ride up, we had a layover. All right. So on the first flight, we were sitting next to this random guy. I don't know if I should tell this part of the story. I'm going to anyways. I get really nervous on flights, like extremely. I feel like I've
Because of
kind
the
of
potential crashing and dying part,
yes,
or
yes. I
okay,
have like more. Well, I have a big fear of heights, which I didn't have as a kid or even as like a teenager. This is all developed in adulthood. Big fear of heights, and sort of a fear of flying. Uh, Once we're like up at cruising altitude, I don't know. I chill out. I'm like, okay,
oh
it's
yeah.
gonna be fine. Um, but that nervousness led to some pretty stanky pits. So I'm sitting next to this poor guy, and I reach up to like turn on the air vent thing, and that's when I get a whiff of my own arm, and I'm like, and so the rest of
You have to
the
pull out
rest
the vomit bag.
the rest of the flight, I've got my arms pinned to the sides and just praying that the people around me do not smell me like I smell myself. And of course, deodorant is packed away in the suitcase that was checked in. There's no saving me. I had to suffer.
You
Um,
should have just gone to the restroom and just splash a little
oh, good idea,
water.
Micah. Why weren't you there to help
Yeah,
save
I mean,
me
you
in this
you
case?
should have called me. Like, Micah, what should I do? Help me.
Oh, man, this has nothing to do with Nintendo. This
And
is the part that has to do with Nintendo. The layover, we got onto our next flight, sat down next to someone, and uh, they had their Switch out, and I was like, "What?" Got people in chat. What did I just walk into? Hopefully not the smell of my stinky pits.
yeah,
That's what I hope.
hopefully not the last time you listen to us.
So we sat down next to this person. She had an Animal Crossing Switch and was playing Pokemon Sword or Shield. And we were like, "Oh, nice! We got 3 of those." I didn't mean to make it sound that sounds kind of show offy, but I was just like, "Oh yeah, we got one for my kid and one for me." And Lucas and I, so we're sitting in this row. My son and I are sitting in this row, and my wife and daughter are sitting across. So there's 4 of us, so we can't fit in like the 3. So we have 2 and 2. And so this person's on the side, and so it's just a row of 3 of us all playing Switch, and that was pretty fun.
What a bunch of nerds.
Pretty cool to sit next to someone and have like an instant connection. Like, hey, you play video games, specifically Nintendo.
Did you then just ignore each other for the rest of the flight?
I mean, most of it, you know. it's awkward to just like
As you do.
talk to people on the flight. Yeah. But as we were getting closer to the end, I was like, so what other games do you got for it? And she was like, this is actually my only game I have for this. I just got this Switch, and I don't have any other games yet. I'm hoping to get more for Christmas. And I was like, oh man.
You asked her how many hours she had in it already?
No, I think she like got it for that trip, the way she was describing it.
Oh, dang.
So yeah, she was like, I didn't play a whole lot of games as a kid. So now that I am an adult, I'm checking things out for the first time. And she decided to get Pokemon Sword Shield first. So she has the Animal Crossing Switch, but doesn't have Animal Crossing. And I was like, oh, that's one to get. So then she asked, like, well, what are like the must get games for the Switch? So I'm gonna ask your opinion on this first. What would you say to that question? What are the most get? You have to get games.
The much get games. The top much get game for me would probably be Breath of the Wild.
Oh heck yeah, that's what I said.
I feel like that appeals for a wide variety. I mean, I'm a big fan of Smash Brothers, but that's maybe not for everyone. But that's also one I'd put up pretty high. Mario Odyssey. That's definitely up there as well.
Yeah, I said Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Animal Crossing, and Mario Kart are the four like you gotta get those.
Yeah. I mean, you don't need Mario Kart.
If you
have it on,
if you had it on the Wii U, then no. But this person does not. So, Mario Kart for sure. I'm contributing to us not getting Mario Kart 9. But those are the games that like everybody will enjoy at least somewhat. I even said like Breath of the Wild may not be for everyone, but it's for most people. And I think it's the greatest game ever made. So definitely check that one out. And I was like, yeah, I do a Nintendo podcast. And she was like, oh, that's awesome. So we talked about like just Nintendo Switch stuff. And you know what?
Did you recommend Divinity Original Sin 2?
I did not. You know what I did not do? I forgot to tell her the name of our podcast. So there we go. Potential listener gone. So that's a great segue.
They probably would have subbed for like 300 years or something.
That's a great
segue.
And
you blew it.
Yeah. So you know what, Micah? We need the listener audience help to spread the show.
Find this.
Help us find this random lady. Help us find this random lady and get her listening to this podcast. But you can do that by heading on over and leaving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, and Audible, or wherever you can leave 5-star reviews for Nintendo Pals Podcast. Do it. Yeah. I need to work on that marketing. This is mostly Martinez in chat. Hey, we need your help. Those 5-star reviews are a great way to help that. But also tell a friend. Tell a friend about Nintendo Pals Podcast, and help us take over the world. That's Tom Dinks in chat says, I'm a Spotify podcaster, and they have 0 ways of leaving reviews. I know it.
Well, you just need to drive to their headquarters and fight them.
Yeah. But speaking
and tell them
of,
why you're fighting them.
So definitely check out Podchaser is what I recommend for people that don't have Apple Podcast or are using Audible. It's crazy easy to sign up, and it does show up very high in search results for Google. It helps still a bunch. But speaking of Spotify, we are in the beta. We are in the beta for video versions of the podcast through Spotify. So you can now watch the video version of the cast via the Spotify app if you are using that. Check it out. If not, you can also check out the video version of the cast on YouTube, where we upload episodes, and the VOD is available for a limited time on Twitch, where you should leave us a follow. Look at all these things just connect so nicely together. Speaking of Twitch, I guess maybe we should head into the first segment of our show, Micah, and let's talk what you playing. All right, so my segue here, Twitch. I recently did a super fun challenge on Twitch. I started. It was the entirety of not this last weekend, but the weekend before, called Chef of the Wild, where I speed ran. Big air quotes on speed run because it was not fast.
More like fast walked.
Speed walked. I speed walked. Cooking every meal in Breath of the Wild. It was so fun. I had so much fun doing that stream, and I like just want to play more Breath of the Wild. I have all these games to play, and I'm like, I want to go play that some more. I learned some new speedrunning tricks for that stream to speed things up. Wind bombing, which is using 2 bombs to launch yourself. And
Then you launch a bomb into yourself, which then launches you.
Yep. It's very precise button input and like timing. That one's a little trickier, but it's very helpful, and I got really good at it for learning it the day of doing the stream. So it's not too crazy difficult, but yeah.
I mean, if you were able to pull it off consistently.
Yeah. And then the other trick I learned is called the Bless. That's like the nickname for it. It's the BLSS, which is like bow launch smuggler slide, I think. And that's
like the name.
Yeah, it's this glitch where you're holding things you're not supposed to while doing other things. Uses the bow, and you can fly. I mean, that's what it lets you do. You just cruise through the air using that glitch, and that one is actually extremely easy to learn and to do. So definitely, if you're interested in checking out tricks and you want to see something very cool and very useful, check that one out. There's like one tricky part of executing the glitch where you have to hit buttons very fast, but they're not like hard to hit, and there's no timing involved. It's just hit them as fast as you can to get it to work. You don't have to have to hit a specific frame.
It's not like frame perfect button input.
Yeah.
Those are the worst.
Yeah, those are the worst kinds of glitches because you have to actually be very good in order to do it. Breath of the Wild is a fun game to speedrun. It's a fun game to play casually, and this was kind of a combo of both. I was using speedrun tricks to do more casual things, which was cooking everything.
Did you make dubious food as your last meal?
Yep, I did.
It's the way to do it.
Yeah. Which that response right there means you have not seen the YouTube video yet. I did a YouTube video for that. I would really love if everybody listening to this podcast would just go out and check that out because I worked so hard on this project. Like it took so long. The preparation was like weeks of making the. I mean, it wasn't like weeks
working the whole
nonstop.
time.
Yeah, but like weeks in advance, making the list of ingredients needed and then putting that into a list that can be shopped with, and then routing where I was going to go, and then actually doing the stream, which took 11 hours. I was hoping it was going to take 4 or 5. It took more than double.
I was not confident in his estimate. No offense, but I feel like it would take like an hour just to cook the food.
It did take just an hour just to cook the food. Yeah. Yeah, you were 100% right on that regard. And then so then beyond that, editing it, essentially when you edit a stream, you almost have to watch the entire thing again. So 11 hours plus for the edit. But I had a super good time. I got that edit and that video done literally as I was walking out the door to catch the plane for this vacation and trip. I uploaded it without a thumbnail or anything, and I just did all that from my phone at the airport. It was down to the wire, but man, what a fun time. So I mean, we're talking what you playing, and that was like my big thing I played this last week.
Yeah, now you can get back to playing Wind Waker.
Yep.
The second best Legend of Zelda game.
The tied for second
You
best.
know you're coming around. You've already said that Twilight Princess is better than Ocarina of Time.
Well, for me personally, Wind Waker, I do need to play some more and finish it up. But I did play some of that in between this and last podcast episode. Also played some more Jump King.
Oh, nice. I have not played that in the longest time.
I need to beat it before you. That will
Did you
make.
save the babe?
I did not save the babe.
Oh,
And then I also played and finally got to in depth play all the new maps and characters in Mario Golf. I did all 18 holes at both new courses. I like both new courses a lot. They both are really good. I actually kind of like the not fancy one. Well, it's still kind of fancy. It's like the Shell Sanctuary. That one's really colorful and cool. I like the music in that one. I played some Animal Crossing New Horizons. I wanted to play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, but I forgot to transfer my save data from my old Switch to the OLED, and so I'm on the plane. I'm like, oh man, I don't have any
yeah,
save
speedrun
data
it.
for it. Yeah, so that was a little bit of a bummer, and I experienced a lot of bummers in that regard, where it's like, oh, I'll play this game, and then oh, I don't have internet, so I can't because on a secondary Switch, which my OLED is still my secondary Switch because I haven't worked
I'll
out
have
the
to
settings.
transfer everything.
Yeah, I haven't transferred everything yet, even though that's what I'm exclusively playing on. My son is playing on the other Switch still, so I haven't messed with it too much. The You can't play any digital versions of games without being connected to Wi-Fi because it has to check that you can play it. And then certain games, oh, I was so sad. I was like, I can finally try the Animal Crossing DLC. I've been meaning to try it. I go in and it's like, I went to the airport. It was like, go to work. And it's like, this part of the game requires a download. I'm like, oh no. As I'm on the plane, I'm like, oh, well,
Yeah, you have to like it was harder to download like the Happy Homes Paradise than I thought it would be. I
yeah.
thought like with the 2.0 update and me having the expansion for the Switch Online that it would just like do it for me, but you have to like then go in and I had to like download it twice for some reason. Something went wrong the first time.
Yep, I still need to do that. And I still need to check it out. I'm like so behind on things. And then I got Slay the Spire. Couldn't play that because
That's
it's
a good one.
download only. Yeah, I like just bought that one on the Cyber Monday deal. So
Oh, yeah,
it was like $10 instead of the usual
pretty
20.
good.
Yeah, I think that's the best
I just
price it's
played it
been.
a bunch when we got Game Pass for $1.
Yeah, yeah. I should have. I should have given it. Oh, and I
You
also played
should have. You
Super Mario
did
3D.
recommend it.
Yeah, I also played Super Mario 3D All Stars on the plane because
Oh,
I ran out of things that I
Mario
could
Sunshine.
play. No, I played Mario 64, and I just kind of wanted to see how
Wow.
how quick I could go. It's not
How
quick,
quick?
not quick, not quick. But I had a good time revisiting that game. It holds up. It's not perfect. I still think Mario Odyssey's my favorite 3D Mario,
Yeah, I'd second that.
but Mario 64 holds up surprisingly well. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot better than Ocarina of Time, for sure.
Yeah, I need to play Ocarina of Time again so I can weigh in my opinion. Last time I played it, I felt like it had held up pretty good, but
Yeah, but
maybe
you
by
just made it through
comparison,
like the Deku Tree.
yeah,
Plus, you were doing all these like speed running things. There wasn't too much combat.
true, true. So what have you been playing lately, Micah?
Well, I just finished playing some Fortnite.
Yeah, I
I
wanted to
don't know if
save.
you played that recently or not. Or
I wanted to save that for talking with you on it. Yeah, we played that in the like 20 minutes before we started recording.
yeah, gotta try
It's
out
like
the
we
new
gotta
season
get
or
yeah,
chapter, I guess.
yeah, both.
But it's
How are you
yeah,
liking
I
it?
guess.
You've
I
played it a
think
lot
it's
more.
good.
You played it a lot more than me.
Yeah, I like the weapons. I like the MK7. It's like a red dot sight, which is kind of weird for Fortnite, but I find it so much easier to aim at people with that, especially at like distance. It seems like with the other aimer thing, it kind of obscures people more.
Yeah.
Although this seems like it would obscure people more. I don't know. It doesn't make sense, but I'm a big fan of that weapon.
I didn't realize that it had the red dot on it.
What, did you not use it? Did you always use the other one's like some ranger something? It's a little better at range, supposedly.
I don't think I got that. Maybe I did. Is it like a rifle?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, maybe I did. I just didn't notice the red dot. I was too
I
busy.
think I think you would notice if you'd aim down sights.
Is it like
There's a
scoped?
it's like a scope, yeah, with a red
Yeah,
dot
yeah.
in
I
the
didn't.
middle.
No, I didn't notice that. But yes,
You must have been using the other assault rifle or something, because I think you noticed. I picked up and like aimed on sights, and I was like, "What in the world is this? This is very different
yeah,
for Fortnite, at least."
yeah.
But the
I I'm digging it as well. This battle pass. We'll talk about this in the Nintendo news, but this battle pass has me hooked. I'm so excited. I'm so
I
excited.
just thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm
Just
I'm pumped for it personally. That alone has me back in. But the map looks really cool. There's a whole bunch of new stuff. Whole bunch.
yeah, they have sliding, which I slide at unfortunate times every once in a while because you like at least for the Switch, you click down the right thumbstick while in the air and sprinting or something like that to start sliding when you land. And I just like to click that down randomly at times when
Yeah.
I'm jumping, so I just end up sliding at random times when I don't mean to.
Yeah. That's But I mean, I guess it's not too bad because you're sliding, so you're harder to hit, right? Is your hitbox
Yeah,
lower?
unless I assume so, unless you're on a hill and you slide off the hill right into the group of people you were shooting at, which happened to me once. I died.
Yeah, we got a victory royale in the one match. We played two matches. We died right away in one, and then in the second one we
Yes,
we
yeah,
won.
so that we could restart and have a good match was the
Yeah,
plan.
yeah, that was why we lost.
That's
Yeah, that was cool. So victory royale already this season. Let's go. We're so good at Fortnite. Back on the
super good.
horse.
And actually, earlier today, I even got a victory royale with one of the fancy victory crowns.
Oh,
You get like
what?
a special emote, and the you have like the crown on, and it emotes, and it shows how many times you've won that season. Apparently, I don't know if that it's only wins with the crown or without. If it's with the crown, I'm gonna have like one at the end, and I'll probably never use that emote ever.
Huh?
But
I,
still
I
kind of
didn't know.
cool.
I didn't know that that was a thing. I remember seeing something about the crown, but I didn't realize it was like a special.
Yeah, I think you get more experience for eliminations and essentially
If
anything
you're
while you have
wearing
it.
it, like how do you get it? Just from winning?
In yeah, from winning. In solos, I think it's top four. Then your next match you'll have it. Duos top two, and then I think trios and squads you have to win to get it for your next match.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Anything else you've been playing lately? You want to highlight?
Played some more Pokemon Unite. I feel like I always swear that game off after I have a bad day, and then I come back to it like a week later, and then usually have another bad day. But it actually went suspiciously well the last time I played.
I love your relationship with Pokemon Unite. It's like, yeah, I play this game all the time, but I hate
It's
it.
terrible. I hate it
Yeah.
so much. No, it's usually pretty fun. Sometimes it's a little weird, but no, it's pretty good. But I ended up winning like 7 out of 8 games I played, and that just felt like too much winning compared to usual. So I had to get off. Plus, I was like
Kill this.
an
Don't
hour
want
and
to kill
40
the
minutes
streak.
of playing. Yeah, well, I first popped on, I was like, I'll just play this a little bit. And I'll like the first win, and I'll stop. And then I won like 5 games in a row, and so I obviously lied to myself at the start of playing.
Yeah, I haven't played that one like at all. It didn't grab me enough. I don't know. It just felt like too samey for me. But at the same time, I play Fortnite, which is exactly the same. I mean, there's been a big update.
Yeah, yeah. I usually only play Pokemon Unite like once a week because I have a friend wherever like standing day
Oh yeah,
of
yeah. You're still
Wednesday where
playing
we
that with
play
still playing that with Kyle.
with Kyle.
We need to
Yeah.
get him into We need to get him into Fort with us, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think I've played a couple times with him actually. So
Yeah.
far, he hasn't been too big of a fan. Yeah, mostly Martinez. Yeah, the problem is, I win too much, and it just feels so unnatural to me when I'm having a good day. So it's just something unsettling about it.
That's why he. What do you mean? What do you mean? There's something unsettling about it, Mikey?
Because like too much winning, something's wrong.
Yeah.
There's a
Could you
disturbance.
feel that way when we play Smash Bros, please?
No.
I'm winning too much. Maybe I should stop.
Every time you actually hit me at all in that game, I feel like there's something wrong. I get unsettled.
We've gotten better. We've gotten better.
You get me to like 17%, and I'm like, oh no, I'm losing my touch.
Oh, I also tried to play Smash Bros on the plane because I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just go through since I'm going through my list of things that I had. Like, I'm gonna play this since I have time, and Smash Bros was pretty low on that list, right? But I'm like, I'm gonna play Smash Bros. The story mode, not the story, the classic mode with Sora, the new Sora classic mode. None of my DLC is on my OLED. What the heck? What the heck? Didn't know that I had to download that separately. I transferred my save data for that one, for sure. Transferred the save data from that to the OLED. But apparently, getting the DLC characters, including Piranha Plant, has to be done through the eShop. Bah, bah.
Kind of a kind of a bummer.
It was a bummer. So I couldn't do that either. I
Uh,
could play the base game.
yeah.
But
Besides that, I guess I played some Boomerang X. I actually streamed that, and it went pretty well.
since we talked last, you bought that game, beat it, and are now in New Game Plus. Did you end up beating New Game Plus after stream?
No, I haven't tried that boss again. I
Oh,
think I gotta give it a few days.
few days for
It's
the
it's
game
pretty.
developers to patch all those crashes out. Oh, that was rough. That was rough. I was there for
Yeah,
that whole stream, and you had it crash on you like 4 times.
yeah, which is kind of surprising. Like the first time I played it, it crashed a single time, but there's something about the main boss. There's like a certain part. It happens like 3 times essentially, but like a bunch of guys spawn in,
Hmm.
and I think there's something about that that makes it want to crash.
Yeah.
So
Now,
I think that was unusual because I hadn't heard anyone talking about issues about that. So
yeah.
I
Now
think the crashing is relatively minor.
remind me why this game was on your radar to begin with. Isn't it by a developer you
Yeah, it was by the not actually like the developers, but the
publisher?
Devolve the publisher, yeah,
Oh, it's a
Devolver
Devolver digital game. I
Digital,
didn't
yeah.
realize that. I didn't
So I
realize
was
that.
like, I mean, I love Enter the Gungeon, and
Yeah.
it seemed kind of Risk of Rain like, which was really fun. So
But it was short,
that's
seems
what got
like.
me. Yeah, I was pretty sure. I think I beat it first time in like 2.5 hours. But then you do New Game Plus, and there's you can also turn on hard mode.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun. It is you don't really have like any time to relax while playing, so it can be a little harder to play for a long time. Need a little break after a bit.
Yeah, I can see that. Nice. Well, anything else you want to highlight that you've been playing?
I think that's it. Besides the other probably 3 games I forgot that I played.
Yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting some big ones on my list. I did get from my father-in-law who he was like I couldn't get into this game. I now have a copy of Pokemon Sword, so I'll be trying that one
Oh,
out.
nice.
Yeah. Um. So. Yeah, I don't know though because I'm in the middle of Brilliant Diamond. If I'll do Sword after that. Maybe try another Nuzlocke because it seems to be the way I enjoy playing. But I also want to do those
Until
Nuzlocks.
you die at the final four.
Yeah. I also want to do those Nuzlocks on stream. And so it kind of limits to when I can play them. So
Plus, you got
that's
to
a bit of a
finish
bummer.
Wind Waker, the
Plus I got to
second
finish Wind Waker.
greatest Legend of Zelda
Those are
game.
my two stream games right now. I'm doing the Pokemon Nuzlocke and Wind Waker. And I need to finish them so I can do other stuff. I've got too many games to play. I had a list. I had a list of games that I was like, I still have all of these to do. Hold on, let me pull it up because I sent it to. I have to finish Wind Waker, Pokemon Diamond, Hollow Knight, the Animal Crossing DLC, uh, play games on the N64 online, Valheim,
Oh,
Gloomhaven,
I'd forgotten about Valheim.
Skyward Sword
That's
HD,
a good one.
Baldur's Gate 3, Pikmin 3, and a bunch of others I'm probably forgetting. But right there, that's like 10 games that I am in the middle of that I want to finish. It's like, my goodness. Anybody else buried in things to play?
Well,
I have too many.
the secret solution to that problem is don't have any money, and then you can't buy all these games. Yeah,
Yeah, true.
yeah. I think these things through.
I and that is the ultimate reason I did not cave and buy Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition on Black Friday. It's because I was
It's
looking
too
at my
much time.
backlog and I'm like, I just can't. I won't have time, but I do want to. I have a little bit of regret not getting it, not picking it up.
Maybe you'll work your way through your backlog for next Black Friday slash Cyber Monday.
It'll be a full year. Yeah,
I mean,
sad.
because
I
you're
need
gonna be
more
getting
time. I need more time.
Legends.
There was another game I was looking at getting. I had like a whole bunch wish listed, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll maybe check this one out. But I ultimately didn't get any of them except for Slay the Spire.
I actually got a notification from Amazon for my pre-order of Metroid Prime 4.
Did they cancel it?
No, it like updated it. I think it wanted to tell me that it's supposedly shipping at the end of this year. And I was like, that's not true. That's a placeholder date from before they scrapped it, probably.
That would be awesome though if this was like a leak, like it's
That
coming
would be
out
awesome.
before the end of the year. Like no way. There's no way it is coming out before the end of the year. They would actually be shooting themselves in the foot hardcore to launch it before the end of the
Or
year.
yeah, because it would demolish the sales for Breath of the Wild 2, obviously.
No, because there's no time to market it so that it will sell well enough. They need to market
They
this.
don't even need to market it.
No, they need to market this as intensely as they did for Metroid Dread. We want this game to sell so good that Metroid Prime 5 is coming the next year. Like it's going to be instantly in development for
Well,
Metroid for a sequel. That's what we
yeah, I hope
want.
they give it a little more time than a year though.
Yeah.
So, like here's Metro Prime 5 1 year later. It's like
It's the new
32
Call of Duty.
it's 30 minutes long.
It's a yearly release. Nintendo doesn't have any games that are like yearly releases.
Oh, not that I can think of.
The closest would probably be Mario Party, but even that,
Although the Call of Duty's kind of like a bi-yearly because they like alternate between a couple developers, unless I'm wrong. Maybe it's even more than two.
no, you're I think you're right. And there's like the different versions that, but it is still a Call of Duty title every year.
Yeah.
Is there even a franchise that would make sense to do for Nintendo? I can't think of any. Maybe Mario Kart would be cool to get a yearly release, but
It
that's a
doesn't.
bad idea for them. They sell so well. They don't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that would make sense to do.
No.
Fire Emblem does kind of feel like
It's
that sometimes.
weird to see that.
uh,
But then if they only have like a year or something, they might have to cut out the dating parts and like then why would you even play?
you say that like you play the game just for that, and like you play the game.
Like yeah. The last time I played a Fire Emblem game, I was like 6. And I got added on the Game Boy or something. And it wasn't even mine.
Well, I don't really have a good transition out of the from where we're at right now. So let's hop to the next segment of our show, Micah. Let's talk the Nintendo news. What you say? What you say? Nintendo news. Transition fell flat there. And you know what else fell flat? You know what else fell flat? Fall Guys release date has been pushed back. Fall Guys is delayed till 2022.
We're gonna give
Uh,
you a pity laugh for that.
yeah, thanks for that. No specific dates, but Mike and I will keep an eye on it because we're both interested in this one. So we'll stay tuned for news on that. I don't know.
It's gonna come out eventually, right?
Yeah,
Doesn't
but
seem like it should take that
they
long.
they have missed their opportunity. They
I feel
were
like
so hype for their
yeah, I
launch.
feel like their popularity has like kind of fallen off quite a bit.
Yeah, Among Us ate their lunch, man. Among Us like completely stole their thunder and were able to pivot and become launched on all systems and then added DLC and all this stuff. And they're like
We'll get the game out
stuck.
to Switch eventually.
Yeah, they're like stuck not getting anything out. I mean, it's good. You know, I hate to put pressure developers and groups to speed things. That you know you
Yeah.
don't want to do that. It's not good for the industry. But
I mean, yeah, if they gotta take their time, they gotta.
they
Who knows? It might
really,
be something with Nintendo can be pretty hard
yeah. But it's not on.
on.
It's also delayed for Xbox. So it's
Oh, is
not.
it?
It's
I
not.
didn't even notice that.
It's not just Nintendo. Yeah, I feel like they missed their hype opportunity, and they're going to be kind of yesterday's news by the time they come out. But we'll see. Maybe it will give it a new life. That seems.
Maybe it's all part of their sneaky plan
Yeah, I think like
that might
Fortnite
backfire.
kind of had a little bit of a reboost once they were put onto Switch. It became like a huge.
That's when I
It was
started.
already
So
it was already a huge thing, but it was a big boost. So maybe they'll have that same kind of effect. I don't
yeah,
know. Next up on the news items, Paper Mario is coming to NSO December 10th. I know you're excited for this one.
yep, I'm excited to try it out for sure.
You gonna stream this one? I know I suggested it.
Maybe.
I feel like that would be fun one to watch you play for the first time because that is a great game. You know, most people regard that as the second best to Thousand Year Door, and you're a huge fan of
It's kind of
Thousand Year
like the
Door.
original Thousand Year Door that Thousand Year Door kind of just polished up, as per my understanding.
Yeah, they do. It has a great story. I mean, it showed a trailer for the game, and I was just like remembering all these parts. Like, oh man, yeah, that's so good. Like, it's just a very well written game, and so much fun parts to it. Uh, it's a
But when are you gonna
little.
get Thousand Year Door though?
I don't know. I don't know. That's another one I need to play. That was like on my. That was on my like play before the end of the year list, and I didn't get. I didn't get it.
And
I don't even have a way
you
to play it.
betrayed everyone.
I don't even have a way to play it. Can we get a port of
You have
that?
you have a Wii, don't you?
No, I have a Wii U, which doesn't play
Oh,
GameCube.
you don't have a Wii?
Not
You
anymore.
used to, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a Wii Mini, which also didn't play GameCube games.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, you got to get a
yeah,
Wii, and then you can borrow my copy,
yeah. There we go.
or you can buy one for like $150. However much they're
Less,
selling for, I don't
less.
know.
There we go. Less of that. I'm a little bit bummed that they're only releasing one game to the
Yeah,
N64 NSO.
hopefully the next game's pretty soon.
Yeah, hopefully
I don't
it's
want to
not
have to wait
being.
like a year for Majora's Mask to come out.
This NSO has been in place for about a month, so I hope it's not like month to month we get one game.
Yeah, I was hoping it'd be a little sooner than that,
But I
but
don't
who
know. Maybe
knows?
yeah. I'm not upset. I still personally think the service is worth it for me, but I will be honest with myself and with everybody that I haven't used it too much. I haven't played the N64 games enough. But that's not because I don't want to, is because I'm just buried in things to play at the moment. The N64 Online works pretty well from what we
On the bit
played.
we've played.
Yeah, the online portion of it. I'm not talking the emulation because I know there's a lot of complaints for Ocarina of Time's emulation.
I didn't notice anything weird, so
Yeah, nothing.
I'm not.
At least not more weird than you already think is
Yeah,
weird.
not more weird than just how terrible the game is by itself.
Boo. Ocarina of Time is just such. I can't believe you smack on this every single episode. It's such a classic. I mean, at some
You know what
point.
else is a classic? Like Gone with the Wind, but I'm sure that's also a really lame book. I haven't read
Now you're just smacking on things. You don't. Not even read it.
it. No, but I did try and read Lord of the Rings, which seems like it'd be right up my alley, but I could not get through that for some reason. I tried so hard. I made it through I said two of the three books, and I was like partway into the third. I'm just like, I think I'm done now.
Now, this is now to give some qualifiers here. Micah read the entire Wheel of Time and
Actually,
reads lots of fantasy books.
yeah, I started reading the Wheel of Time when like the 10th book had just come out, I think. And I got to 10 and then I just immediately started reading it over again. Because it's so long that there's so much that you forget.
Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Uh oh, speaking of, have you checked out the Wheel of Time series on Netflix? This is totally off topic, nothing to do with Nintendo.
I have. I just watched the fifth episode.
Is it good? You like it?
I've been enjoying it. It's been so long since I've read the books. I don't remember many specifics.
Okay.
So I don't know quite how faithful it is, but there have been quite a few things that I remember. It seems like they're having to condense it a little bit just because they don't want it to be like 107 seasons long.
Yeah. That makes sense. It's a long series. Speaking of long series, we're heading chapter 3 in Fortnite. It's been a while since we've talked Fortnite. You and I both kind of fallen off the we had fallen off the Fortnite train for a little bit. I think been about
I
a
think
month.
last season I like barely hit level 50,
Yeah.
and
I
I was
I
kind of forcing myself to get those V-Bucks.
I hadn't played for about a month. But this so first off, it was season 8 we were in, right? Like that's what season it was.
Maybe.
And then
I don't really
and
pay
then it was like
attention.
the season is ending and so is the chapter. I had no idea. This all happened. I didn't hear about this until I was out on my vacation, and literally the Fortnite event was the day of my sister's wedding, so I couldn't play it or
So you
participate.
didn't just like leave the wedding?
No, nope.
Wow.
I
Not a
know.
true
Not a
Fortnite
true
fan.
Fortnite fan. Not a true Fortnite fan. But I did catch the. Did you do the event?
I did.
Oh,
Because Roger was like, "Are any of us like planning on getting together to do this event?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll be done. When does it start?" And he's like, "In 30 minutes." I was like, "Okay, guess I better hop on."
what'd you think, man? You experienced it. I just watched the video after, so
I thought it was good. I've noticed with like the last couple of events, I'm pretty sure they have a lot of bots in, or they swap in bots because a lot of people start dying. And I'm assuming those aren't real people because that'd be such a bummer. You're just like running through, you just die. They're like, okay, I'm out. But it does make it a little more hectic. Even though you like know you're not going to die, there's still that little bit
yeah, that
more
was a
of
crazy. I mean, I watched the video that Fortnite official put up after, which is just a squad playing through the game, and it cuts between the perspectives of the squad, and it was it was insane. Like
and the foundation reveal was my favorite part. I know
I
apparently some people thought it was kind of lame and
was
hokey or
I was
something.
like I was a little cringe by the reveal that the Foundation, who is a pivotal character to the lore for Chapter 2, uh, being brought in to save the 0 point, gets locked in the 0 point in the tower. Yeah, turns out that was Dwayne the Rock Johnson the whole time. I thought that I agree.
I thought it
I
was hilarious. It was my favorite event just because of that. It's just so ridiculous.
It is so ridiculous. Only
But
Fortnite, man. Only Fortnite. I just the person the whole like event starts with you up on the surface and you're fighting these just like crazy monsters, and then it cuts down to like well below ground, and Jonesy is being interrogated, and the Foundation comes in and saves him. And I can't remember what the lady's name is. Sloane.
Sloan, yeah.
It's like I thought. I saw you die. And then he takes off his mask and it's The Rock and he's like, I got over it. Oh man,
It's so good.
it's so The Rock. It's so funny.
It is.
It's so funny.
See, I think you're coming around. It was great.
I yes, but I still am a little bit like by the weird celebrity cameo-ness of it. I don't know. It's
I
just happening too much nowadays in everything.
I feel like The Rock is one of the few people that could pull that off, and I would think it was
Yeah. Okay.
hilarious.
Thank goodness it wasn't Chris Pratt, right? That would have been pretty funny though.
I feel like Ryan Reynolds could have gotten away with that as well.
Yeah, but he's already in Fortnite, sort of.
But
Actually, he is straight up
true.
in Fortnite twice. He is the free guy buff dude. You could buy that
I
skin.
forgot
And he is also
a skin.
Deadpool. Oh man. Fortnite, what happened to Fortnite? When we started, there was none of this stuff.
Yeah, then they got popular. You can get celebrity
Dude, and they
cameos.
are riding that popularity because brand new season. First off, visually gorgeous season event end. They always have these. I mean, every single time there's like a season event, there's some huge cataclysmic disaster thing that you watch from a distance. I mean, in this time it was a sky beam with a bunch of spaceships in the sky, and
And just a little beep.
yeah, that part was
A
cool.
little more dramatic.
That part was cool. The island flips over and there's a new map. I mean, that's why it's a new chapter. But it's weird that because chapter 1 ended on season 10, which kind of felt like boom, it's a 10 year at 10, new chapter. And so I kind of assumed we'd go to season 10, but they're like season 8, boom,
Well,
new chapter.
season one was like 7 years long of chapter two.
Yeah, chapter
Or
2
one of them was towards
really
the beginning.
was
One of them got like extended like a few months, it seemed like.
but chapter 2 was really not that long by comparison.
You might think that.
Or was
I
it?
might have thought that. But I have been told it was actually like 2 months longer than chapter
No
one.
way.
And
Really?
I still refuse to believe it.
Oh.
I didn't even join at the start of chapter one, and chapter one still felt longer.
What on earth?
And
How?
maybe they were just messing with me, but
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
so
look
I've
this up.
been told.
You're looking it up?
I am.
Yeah. Uh, so while you're talking that, so the game went down for maintenance and getting the new chapter and new season ready, and that is now live. Brand new map. The big highlight of this uh new thing is well, okay, so spoilers. So everybody that doesn't want this spoiled for them that hasn't seen the trailer or whatnot. Spider-Man is in Fortnite now. And he is one of the end of the season rewards. You have to get level 80 to unlock Spider-Man. And then you can also get Spider-Man with the symbiote suit, the Venom-esque suit. I am very excited for that. So those that don't know, I'm a big fan of Spider-Man. I'm very much looking forward to the new Spider-Man movie that's coming out this month because it is very implied that we're going to be seeing old Spider-Mans, and I'm so hyped.
That's what the rumors say.
I mean, they have all the villains. It just seems like I'm just gonna lose my mind when Tobey Maguire comes on and he's like, I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. That's a line he says. You haven't
No,
seen that?
I don't remember that at all.
It's a meme. It's a meme. Yeah, look up Bully Maguire, Micah. I think you'll enjoy those.
I'll take that. But I just Fortnite Chapter 1 started October 26th of 2017
Okay.
and ended I guess is the start. Ended October 13th of 2019. So essentially 2 years. And then Chapter 2 started essentially at the same time, October 15th, 2019, and ended
In December.
December 2021.
What? No
Yeah.
way! The way it was longer? That just seems so. What? Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
the thing is, like in the first season or first chapter, I always mix them up. The longest season was 84 days, and the
Was that
first
the
two seasons,
Marvel? Was that the Marvel season?
I
That
don't
one.
even
That one
remember,
lasted
probably.
so long. It felt like.
But chapter two, the first two seasons combined were almost 300 days. They're 128 and 124 days long. So the seasons just started out so long, and that's what just made it feel like it was never ending.
So this new chapter and new season is very cool to me. If you have not checked out Fortnite and you've been one that's been like reluctant to give it a try,
So all the kids play.
so yeah, I don't play that because it's cool and popular among all the kids, right? We're not kids. Some
Yeah,
of us
we
might consider us
actually we
kids.
hate kids, and that's why we play so we can dump on all these kids, make them feel bad. It's
Hmm.
more like all these kids are dumping on us.
Fortnite is a good one, and jumping in at the start of a chapter is a great time to jump in because it's designed in such a way that it will help walk you into the game.
Yeah, they generally a little more relaxed
Yeah.
at the start of the chapter, and then things get crazier as time goes on.
Yep. So this is my plug right here, right now. This is a good time to join. And if you like Spider-Man, gotta do it. Come on, join us. Join us in the forts, the Fortnites. That's enough
Yeah,
Fortnite chatter. I'm feeling like we've probably lost,
gone on a little too long.
60% of our audience. I'm just so excited about it. That's just the way it goes. Well, let's talk about another big, huge update to a long-standing game. Minecraft got the second part of its Caves and Cliffs update. And this one, I don't know as much about what has happened here, but it is big deal in the world of Minecraft. I have a list of things. The overworld has new terrain generation, an increased world height. It goes lower underground and higher up. And then brand new underground biomes and new biomes in general. Some of these include dripstone caves, lush caves, large ore veins. No. That's
I
not.
don't think that's a
That's not a biome.
biome.
That's just a thing. There's larger ore veins, and there's candles. That was a highlight in their list of things. Like, oh,
Like,
okay,
oh
candles.
wow,
Well, you got
candles.
candles.
Oh
The trailer
boy,
for
they're
it
like
makes.
torches but smaller. Like, what's the difference?
I think to someone that doesn't play Minecraft, you're not going to exactly look at this and be like, oh, well, like, what a bunch of new stuff. But for
I
someone
mean, it
that
sounds
does
cool.
play, this is a big deal to have these brand new terrains with some very cool looking new biomes. And the thing about how they're generated is these biomes can appear, these cave biomes can appear in any other biome. So the overworld and underground are now like separately generated, which I don't think was how it was done
Well, I
before.
feel like it kind of was because once you got into a cave, I mean, it was a cave.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anything special depending on what biome was up above.
I am not sure. I just don't think it was like there weren't biomes underground.
Yeah,
Is what
it was
is what I'm
just
saying. Yeah,
yeah, it was just a cave
it was just
essentially.
random. There'd be caves. Yeah. So I need to jump
Sometimes
in.
ravines, but
I need to jump in and try this one as well. Micah, you need to get Minecraft on the Switch or somewhere so we can play
yeah.
together.
But then if I got Minecraft, I'd play it, and I wouldn't have time to play other games.
It's true. That's another one that will, just eat time for
Yeah,
real.
that's a game where I feel like I can spend a lot of time in, and I have absolutely no sense of accomplishment.
Yes. Minecraft is that way for me. Hardcore. Uh it's funny because we're talking Fortnite and Minecraft, which is like traditionally looked at as like kid games. But they're cool games for adults too, guys, okay? Don't judge me because I play the same game that your 7-year-old plays. Your 7-year-old has good taste. Take that,
Yeah,
dad.
I don't,
whoever
I don't
whoever
understand.
listening whoever listening
I
to
don't
that.
understand the insult.
Well,
Hey,
because
your
they
kid's
have
pretty
kids.
cool. in your face.
Shots fired.
It's fine.
Shots fired. Oh man, I don't know what am I doing? What am I doing here? Playing Fortnite and Minecraft and having a good time. Listen, I just don't. I want to normalize these games as fun games. The reason they're popular among the kids is because they're popular among everybody. They're good games. They're not bad because they're popular. Okay. We don't hate on things because they're popular. Unless it's Xbox. Gross. No, just kidding.
Yeah,
we actually...
Or Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, you do.
But I think that's just nostalgia-based popularity.
Let's move to some... Let's talk some rumors, Mike. I'm stuttering over everything I'm saying. Let's go to the rumor mill. Alrighty, we have one rumor in the rumor mill, and that is Assassin's Creed. The Ezio collection is rumored to be heading to the Switch. I don't feel like this is a very crazy rumor. This seems very likely to me. Aren't there like a whole bunch of the old Assassin's Creed already on Switch? The Ezio collection is like the first 3, I think. No, first 2. It's the first 2 and some in between games. The ones that follow Ezio as the main character, and he's like a fan favorite in the series.
I guess there's the Rebel collection. I don't know what's included in that. Well, I knew they had Assassin's Creed 3.
And Black Flag are for sure on Switch. Yeah. I'm just laughing at the chat here. Schliptor said, "Dude, you stared me right in the eye when you said that." when I was ranting about games being fun. Games are fun. Just Oh, what is wrong? I'm on something today. I'm tired. So tired. So I don't think this is a crazy rumor. I feel like there's so many Assassin's Creed, old Assassin's Creed games. Micah, you should just take over from here, man.
There are games
on the Switch that this is like almost inevitable in my mind, like that this would happen.
And hopefully they do a better job than Grand Theft Auto.
Have we talked about Grand Theft Auto?
I don't know if we talked about how it's apparently the worst.
The worst?
And just actually the worst
Yeah.
port anyone has ever seen.
Yeah, so bad that it got like taken off.
I mean, doesn't it have like a 2 rating?
Oh, I don't know.
Like,
it probably got review bombed pretty hard. I mean, it had so many glitches and crazy things happening, like cars randomly exploding. The character models all look horrifying. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Grand Theft Auto 3 prior to this port was a pretty janky game. It was like one of the first attempts at like open world anything. And it had its fair share of jank, and this doesn't polish that and adds to it.
It makes it worse, yeah. According to Metacritic, by critics it was given a 47, and the user score is a 0.7.
Oh, gosh. Ouch. People did not like that one.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, don't recommend picking that one up. It's apparently egregious, like just so bad on all platforms. Let's see, they're gonna keep doing patches and stuff for it.
Yeah, hopefully in 6 months or so it becomes good and playable.
Yeah, for real. Well, that's it. That's all we got in the rumor mill. Assassin's Creed probably coming to Switch. I include that one here because I just wanted to pitch my 2 cents in that it's probably coming. I haven't played any Assassin's Creed games. Have you?
I've played Assassin's Creed 3. I think I got that on the Wii U back in the day.
Don't you have the bundle with like Black Flag as well? I seem to remember.
Nope. I actually technically also have Black Flag. I have absolutely no recollection of buying or playing that game. I just saw it at some point.
Yeah, I've seen it on your shelf.
And I assumed it was your brother's from when he stayed here, but he informed me it was not his. I forgot about that. Apparently I still have that game and I potentially haven't played it, and
there you go.
I don't know where it came from.
It's apparently like one of the coolest pirate simulators ever. So
Yeah, I heard the ship fights are real cool.
yeah, maybe you'll have to check that one out once you're done with all the other games you got going right now.
Maybe I did play it and I just have the worst memory.
Maybe that's what you're remembering instead of Assassin's Creed 3. Assassin's Creed 3 was like the American history one, which really tempted me because I was like, I think American. Yeah, I think American
I've heard
history
of
is
history.
really, I think American history is really cool, and the historical fiction aspect of that one seemed really cool to me. But they're not exactly family-friendly games, so
not particularly.
I don't tend to gravitate towards such games. So that's just me. Well, let's move to the next segment of our show. Speaking of family-friendly, let's get as family-friendly as can be with the Community Corner. What does that mean exactly? We're about to find out because we tonight are going to be talking Pokemon. And I think Micah will start with the ranking list and then we'll move to some of these community questions. What do you think?
Sounds good.
All right, so what we are doing tonight is ranking all the Pokemon games in the mainline series. And we're going to rank them not only by category, but not like a tier list, but like which one's the best down to the worst. I don't know how many there are exactly.
There's like 1 million if you count remakes and things.
But we're going to count generations as combined, but remakes as not. So, for example, Pokemon Red, Green, Blue, and Yellow are one bundle, but Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green are a separate bundle. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
They're still, yeah. Makes sense to me at least. I don't know about anyone listening.
Yeah, I was going to have a nice visual up, but I didn't have time to get that all straight away. But Micah has formed us a nice list here that we can go off of. So let's
go as far to say nice.
I think the way to do this is not number them, but we'll just kind of place it, and then we'll be like, all right, and then go above or below that one as we go down the generations, and then we can take a look at the whole list. And we'll just talk about what's great about each of the games as we go. What say ye?
Yeah.
Sounds good. That you got cut out there. That was weird. Sounds good. All right. So starting off with the very first, the very best, like no one ever was. Red, green, blue, and yellow. Micah, what are your thoughts on this one? Have you played these ones? Now, I know you haven't played as many Pokemon games as I have.
Yeah, I borrowed them way back in the day a little bit from one of my brother borrowed it, I should say. But we couldn't erase the save data because they had like a level 100 Mewtwo and stuff, so we just ran around and beat up random Pokemon essentially. So I don't have too much experience.
Yeah. Don't you have yellow though?
My sister has yellow. The special Pikachu edition.
Yes, that is yellow.
Which I'm assuming that is just yellow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the one I have. I've played through a bit of that. I don't think I beat this game on the original cartridge. Yeah, like cleared through the entire first game. My first Pokemon game was Silver. It's Pokemon Silver, and I don't know why, because I was all in on Pokemon hype as a kid from the very beginning. I watched the whole anime for the first series. I didn't start in Johto. I started with Kanto and collecting all the cards from Kanto. I have all these memories with the Pokemon from Kanto specifically, and I feel very attached to that region more so than Johto. But I didn't play that game for some reason. So This one for me, I feel like is just a good starting point. We're just going to put it on the list for right now. Where it falls above or below, or where it falls. I think it ranks high in the rankings, but I don't know. I don't know how high to rank it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
mean,
kind of have to have things to compare it against.
we have like 14 games to rank, and I've played 3 of them. So I'm not going to be much help.
Well, I've played almost all of them except for Black and White 2 and X and Y.
I'd forgotten there was a Black and White too. And I actually played Pokemon Black.
Yeah. Oh, that's one of the ones you played?
Yeah.
What a random one to play out of 3. Okay, so next is Gold, Silver, Crystal.
Oh, tippy top, but definitely above the other primary colors.
I will agree on that for sure. Fantastic sequel.
I'm just hoping we don't get another Ocarina of Time Wind Waker situation out of this.
I think we might, because I think you're going to be heartbroken by
I'm
what
gonna
I
be
think is better
I'm
than
gonna
this
be
game.
very, very opinionated about one game.
Well, you think Crystal is the greatest Pokemon game of all time.
And it is.
I think that's not the case.
And you're wrong.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see. We'll see about that. Because next on the list here, we've got Ruby Sapphire, which I feel goes above Gold, Silver, Crystal. And I also feel in the same generation we got Fire Red and Leaf Green, and this is the start of the remakes of old games. And that becomes a thing that happens regularly. It's like in the next generation. Oh, you have Emerald here separate. Emerald is the same list as Ruby Sapphire.
Must got cut off. Weirdly.
So here's my reasoning for this one. At this generation, they add so many quality of life improvements that I feel make the series so much better. Running shoes is one of those things. Being able to run in the game.
Who cares about running shoes when you have a bicycle?
Well, they still have the bicycle as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but once you get the bicycle, you don't need running shoes. You just put on your little quick bar, hit a button, bam, you're riding a bike.
I can't remember if it was in this game that the bike had 2 settings. There was like a speed bike and a balancing bike. I think that might be Gen 4, actually.
I don't remember that at all.
So I think... Now, my consolation prize for you, Micah, in what I think is best, I strongly feel Heart Gold and Soul Silver will be up, if not the top, which is Crystal, the remake of Crystal. Yeah. So I don't know. Are you okay putting Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald above Gold, Silver, Crystal?
No.
Really? Really? You're that strong? Wait, have you played Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald?
No, I have not.
Oh my gosh! What? Okay. Well,
I mean, I haven't beaten them. I've played them like in passing, essentially.
These ones are the only time that I feel like it actually made sense to have different games with different names, but the same game. You know what I'm saying? Like the differences between Red, Green, Blue, and Yellow are some of the Pokemon appear differently in the, like, you have different Pokemon that only appear in certain games. Ruby and Sapphire have completely different villain teams with different plans that are very similar, but are also very different. One wants to expand land, and the other wants to expand the oceans. And then in Emerald, both of those teams are active players in the campaign. You have to take them both down, not just
And
a single one.
That does sound kind of cool and all, but are there two different regions? So
No.
that's where Pokemon Crystal just always wins out in my heart.
That's why I really like Heart Gold Soul Silver for that reason. But I will openly say that it's one of the weaker stories because they lean heavily on we have two regions. they didn't come up with a new villain team for Johto. They're like, it's Team Rocket again. But this time
They're a widespread
they suck.
organization.
This time they're not as good. They
Actually,
didn't have Giovanni. They didn't have Giovanni at all, except in Heart Gold Soul Silver. There is a bonus mission you can do where you could fight Giovanni. Did you know about that?
To be honest, I don't know if I knew about that. I potentially did that. I potentially didn't.
I think you had to like get a Celebi from Toys R Us or something like that in order to.
I probably didn't do that then.
Yeah. That was really cool. That was a really cool event. Yeah. All right, Micah. I feel like we gotta figure out here where to put. You want to put Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald below Crystal. Still.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know, man. I feel like they're a better game. But we'll
feel like they're a better game, but are they a better game? That's the question.
I'll put it below for right now. Let's move on to the next one. Fire Red, Leaf Green. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like Fire Red, Leaf Green. I'll put that right below Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. I really like
it. This is one I haven't played.
I really like this remake. I think it's a lot better than the original. Holds up better graphically. That's the one thing. I also don't think the graphics on Gen 2, on Gen 1 and Gen 2 hold up that great. Crystal's graphics. Nope.
There you go. How dare you?
Yeah, they don't hold up. Which is why they remade them. Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. Oh, this is tough. This is tough for me. I think Diamond, Pearl, Platinum are better than everything else on the list so far.
That's where you're wrong. But just look how cool this case looks.
It is
it's all
cool.
Shiny.
It is cool.
Let's see if this Game Boy has no battery, isn't it?
Oh, you're not going to be able to fire it up to show off the real advanced graphics of Crystal.
What? Yeah, they're incredible.
Diamond and Pearl are this is one of my favorite Pokemon generations. Between this and the remake though, I rank the original higher than the remake for sure.
Interesting. For
I can hear the game going off on you.
Oh, it's you have to slide up to turn the volume down. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, this is one I've played and I really enjoyed this, but to be honest, I would still put this below Crystal.
You put it below Crystal? I didn't play Crystal. I played Silver.
Oh, well, there's your problem.
Do you want to separate out Crystal? Do you think it's that? Is it better?
To be honest, I haven't played Gold or Silver.
Do Gold and Silver have the double regions? I don't think they do.
Do they not? Because that's a big difference.
Oh no! Now I have to look it up because I don't remember.
And all I know is I spent so much time in Crystal managing to catch Raikou and Entei, and I just had to use max repels and run in bushes and then leave and come back until I finally found them and catch them.
No,
so that I could catch
they
Ho-Oh.
did. Gold and Silver looks like they did have.
Whoa, 0 minutes? It's 10 o'clock. The dialogue in this game is incredible. These screens are a lot smaller than I remember.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I feel like if they didn't have two regions,
I don't know what the difference was.
Downfall to the plot of the game.
Could you catch Suicune?
Yeah,
that's just like part of the story essentially.
I don't
Yeah, I don't
remember.
know the
I don't
difference
remember too
between
much about.
crystal and silver and gold.
So you want to put diamond, pearl, platinum below crystal?
I do.
All
To be
right.
honest, the only thing I would put higher than crystal is Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
This hurts because I love diamond and pearl.
I thought they were really good, but just
I'm
not
gonna put it. I'm gonna put it
as
below,
good.
and I'm going to talk you down on crystal later.
You're gonna try.
I'm going to try. We're gonna succeed. I need help in chat. If anybody in chat wants to help me, but they
Those
probably will all
batteries I
come
put
in.
in.
They're probably all gonna come in and be like, "Micah's
Nah, crystal's
right."
the best.
Yeah.
I still remember Whitney's Miltank in Goldenrod City can just wipe your entire team if you don't handle it right.
Okay, so Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver is the best Pokemon game. That's my opinion. Uh, the Pokewalker.
Yeah, that was good. The
That
only
was
thing I kind of don't like about that is they made it too easy to catch Ho-Oh.
okay. Yeah, that's the
After I
dumbest.
went through all the effort,
Yeah.
I had to put in the work to
Yeah.
catch Ho-Oh, and then they're just like, "Hey, guess what, guys? Here's Ho-Oh
Yeah.
for free."
You know what? Better game design is not a bad thing.
No, that's not.
That is 100%. You are upset because you had to work hard at something that you wish you didn't have to work hard at.
No, I had to work hard for something, so I felt an achievement, an accomplishment
Yeah,
for earning it.
Micah.
I
But
don't want
you
my
and
game.
I,
I don't want my games to be really easy.
you and
That's
I
just
both.
boring.
You and I both struggle so much with playing these games that are way too difficult. We play games that are much
But I
harder.
enjoy the struggle.
Oh, I do not. I do not enjoy that struggle,
Oh,
but I do it.
sounds like
Actually,
a
I do
personal
enjoy
problem.
it because I keep doing it. I keep going back to play these games like Spelunky that are so hard.
Look how incredible this Whooper is. It's real dark because there's no backlighting.
We won't fault the game for that. That's the hardware. So Heart Gold, Soul Silver on top. It's so good. It graphically holds up amazing. The first game where
I think that
Pokemon.
introduced the where the Pokemon follow you,
Yep.
which I mean that doesn't. It's kind of cool, I guess.
Oh,
It
it's
doesn't
super
really change
cool. It's
anything.
super cool. It feels like you're playing the cartoon. You're like, I've got my Pikachu out with me. Or I always had like these just massive, like Arceus behind you. That's like,
Yeah, that takes up everything.
oh man. And it had the national Pokédex, which is a very cool thing. Yeah. I am a big believer in Heart Gold, Soul Silver as the best Pokemon game ever made. Black and White. Where does this fall for you?
Also, the only other one I've played. I'd put it. I mean, I thought it was good, but it wasn't as good as Platinum or Crystal.
I would say it's not as good as Ruby Sapphire or Fire Red Leaf Green, and potentially not as good as the original.
Wow, you really didn't like it so much.
I did like it, but I can't really think of a Pokemon game I didn't like except for one that we're going to get to towards the end. Okay, so but that's kind of where I feel where I feel about it. It's like when we did the Zelda ranking and I put Link to the Past real low. I was like, it's still a fantastic game.
Yeah. It's really hard to see because it's dark, but this actually looks so incredible. Looks
That
even better
looks
than I
way
remember.
better. That looks way better than I remember. Are you sure?
I can see.
Is it? Is that? Oh, it's a
Crystal.
Game Boy Color. Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
what are you
wait.
thinking? You're probably thinking of the original then.
Yeah. Because Gold and
I can
Silver.
I can see individual books on this bookshelf.
Gold and Silver aren't on the Game Boy Color carts, are they?
Are they not?
Oh no,
I
don't
know.
remember.
It's the town map. They open up a map. So good.
I just don't remember anything. I need to like have these. I left all my game carts upstairs, so I can't go check. Was Pokemon Silver for Game Boy Color?
I mean, this is Professor Elm. I've already received my Poke gear.
It is. Why am I remembering the graphics on this not being?
What day is it? It is Monday. They even let you say what day it is, what time of day.
Yeah, that was a new thing. And
Is it daylight savings?
does your
I
battery
don't
still
know.
work? Does your battery still work? Because that
No,
uses like a separate battery.
does it?
Yeah.
It's 10:03 a.m. It's still working. Do I know how to use the phone? Sure. This has a phone in it. I'd forgotten about that. You can get calls from people and they tell you to come back and fight them again.
This doesn't look that good. I'm looking at screenshots of the game. This does not look as good as the next generation, for sure. For sure.
It looks so good.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
It
That's
really
just
does.
it really does not hold up graphically.
What are you talking about? Are you insane?
I am not insane. Like by comparison to these other ones, the sprites for
Look
the
at,
Pokemon look pretty good.
look at this building and there's Gary hiding outside. I would live in that house. It's
Yeah.
not even a house, it's a laboratory. I
But
would live there.
the future games look so much better. They just do. I feel
This-
like at the point where you reach Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, it gets kind of wonky because those were like kind of 3D, kind of not. That was like the jump from we're doing pixel graphics to more 3D. But then they went back to just straight up pixel graphics for black and white. No, it kind of also used that in between.
All I know is nothing you say will convince me this does not look good.
It doesn't look no. It does not look as good as the all the games that came after it. That's just how I
All
feel
the
about
games
Gen.
that came after it?
Yeah. Yes. I will even say that one that I do not think graphically is that pleasing, Sword and Shield, looks better than that.
Wow. This has just got that old school touch to it that
Yeah.
is pleasing to
I
me.
know that there are going to be a lot of people that are in Micah camp on this one, but I just do not think that
I mean, it's not like an Ocarina of Time where that just looks gross compared to everything else that comes
No,
after
that
it.
is exactly how I feel about Generation 1 and 2 of Pokemon. I feel like it's
Whoa,
gross
whoa, whoa, whoa.
looking.
Don't lump this in with Generation 1.
They
This is
are
different.
using like
This
the
is
same graphic engine.
this is Pokemon Crystal.
Pokemon Crystal.
Shut your dirty mouth.
Pokemon Crystal and Gen 1 and Gen 2, there is very little difference other than there is color. So
That's
that
a
is
pretty big difference.
it is a
unless
big
you're
difference.
colorblind.
But once we got to the like much more I feel like the generation after that holds up so good. Like if they released a game that looked like that, you'd be like, "No, I won't play that. That looks kind of old. That looks no." But if they
Wow,
released
all about graphics.
if they released a game in the graphical style of Ruby Sapphire, Fire Red, Leaf Green, you'd be like, "Oh, for sure, this is going to be a great game." For some reason, like a majority of the indie games that use pixel art look like that. Because it holds up. It holds up. Anyways,
Yeah, I gotta look up a picture.
this is totally off topic here. But
Ruby Sapphire? No, that looks weird.
what's wrong with you? You're just being
Look at his
contrarian.
hair. His hair does not look right.
My goodness. Hold on. Now I got to pull up one.
I mean, there's something about the I will say the trees. I will say those probably look better. The grass and whatnot, but there's something about this half of a building I can see that just looks kind of weird. And I don't like his hair.
Is it the Pokemart picture? Is that what you're looking at?
I just see PC on the left side. I don't know what building that is.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe we got the exact same like search results. You don't like his hair. That's character design. That's not the art style and graphics.
No,
And
they
it's not-
graphically did not do his hair justice.
Well, then you
Plus,
see
they have this
it's
chunky
not
character.
hair. It's a hat, but it does look like hair.
Oh, that's the worst.
I always thought that was weird too. But okay, look at Fire Red gameplay. Look at that. People watching or listening to the audio version of this are like, I wish I could see what they're looking at. You just have to picture.
Are you
these games
saying
in your
you
mind.
like this?
Fire Red's graphics? Yes, I think they hold up much better than the original's graphics.
Maybe this is a really low quality picture.
Maybe.
Doesn't seem. There's
I think that you are just dead set on proving a
on
point.
being correct.
It's not. No. This is what happens when we get into these kinds of discussions, Micah. You get dead set on something and you use false, like,
I get
weird
dead set
logic.
being correct.
No, I can agree that it's a great game, but graphically, no. I can't. I just can't. It just doesn't hold up like everything else on the list.
It looks good to me.
Yeah.
Well, I will say it's not
But can we
graphically
get
cutting edge, but it hits that nostalgia, that old school style that holds up.
Can we get
Some
back?
of these other ones are trying a little too hard. Maybe their colors are too bright.
Oh
They
my
clash.
Gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't.
I don't know.
You're trying too hard. You just need it.
They are trying too hard.
You
They're
just
trying to
need
be
to
bright and
cool it.
colorful. I got a Totodile.
Black and white. Are you okay with me putting below everything else we've ranked so far?
Sure. I don't think it's particularly correct, but I'll allow it.
You think it holds up better than Gen 1?
Maybe. I haven't really played Gen 1, so I can't say.
I haven't really played Gen 1, so I can't say. As you fight
Oh, just looking at these graphics.
so insistently that Crystal is the greatest game of all time.
Oh,
you so readily give up another one you have played. Oh
yeah, because it's not that good.
Black 2 and White 2, I think, go below original Black and White. They're not too much of an improvement, in my opinion. They're very similar.
But they're still kind of an improvement?
Not
because if they are, they should be ahead.
No,
above.
it's one of those. They have a couple of these. They've got Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, where I'm so disappointed at the lack of things added that it actually knocks it down. Because there's like not really anything new. There's like almost no difference between the two. But they did have different plot.
Totodile was holding a berry. What other Pokemon game starts your Pokemon with a berry?
Like
For all I know, it could be all of them.
Like all of them after that one.
So it started it.
That might be the first one to do held items. I don't know if the first game had that. So I'm putting Black and White 2 below Black and White. I actually really like Black and White's story, where you are fighting Team Plasma, who's looking to free Pokemon, and they've got their one dude that has...
N, right?
Yeah, he's a cool character that's been manipulated since childhood to do the bidding of Team Plasma. And the fight at the end of the game is so intense. You go to the... Yeah, the Totodile looks good. There's no background. There's no background to that, by the way. And that's the last game to do that. All the background in battles comes after.
Who cares about backgrounds?
Yeah.
Needless distractions.
You're ridiculous. You are absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, I don't have any Pokeballs yet.
Oh my goodness. Okay, next on the ranking, X and Y. This is the one I have not played.
I have not played this either.
I'm not sure where to put this in the ranking. Other than below everything else. Because we haven't played it, so it must not be good. Just kidding.
Exactly. If it was a good game, we would have played it. Obviously, it's garbage.
I'll put it between Black and White 2. Give the benefit of the doubt that it's better than Black and White 2. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. This was a good remake. Is it better than Diamond, Pearl, Platinum?
I would say no.
Is it better than the original? I think that's really the question here. Is the remake better than the original? I think in this case...
Didn't you just say it was a really good remake?
Yeah.
I feel like it should be then.
I think, again here, this is coming back to graphics. But I think graphically, the original is going to hold up better than the 3DS remake.
They went more for the 3D
yeah.
models and things.
But then again, they just released Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and that looks pretty good. I'm going to put it above the originals. I wish if I could separate these out, I would say that these are better than the original Ruby Sapphire, but not better than Emerald. Because Emerald actually had
Yeah,
a
I'm generally
really
rating them by
by the final.
the final version, essentially.
Man, Emerald's story is so good. Yeah, that's a good game. But we'll put Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire above it. Sun and Moon. I really like Sun and Moon. After being away from Pokemon as a series for a while, I got back into it through Sun and Moon. I think Sun and Moon might be better than Black and White, but definitely not better than the original. I'm not sure. It's like on par with Black and White for me. Here's the thing, is Black and White came and it had completely, the whole roster was new. There was no repeat Pokemon. That was their thing. They're like, this is a new beginning. And so they didn't have any of the old Pokemon. And it's the first generation where I felt like I couldn't remember all of the Pokemon in the generation. Like, Generation 1, 2, and 3, if you showed me a picture, I could tell you the name of pretty much every Pokemon in those generations. But you get... And Gen 4. But you get to Gen 5, which is Black and White, and I suddenly don't remember, like... I can't remember any of them. It felt like at that point, Pokemon, for me, had just become overdone.
Yeah. But I'd just like to point out in this game, they have certain Pokemon that only appear at night. So, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that happens in...
Pretty cool.
That happens in...
It's a trendsetter.
Wait. They have Pokemon that only appear at night in Silver Gold? Crystal?
In Crystal, yeah. That's the one I'm playing.
Are you sure?
This guy literally just said that. And I'm taking him at his word. I'm pretty sure Hoot.
Oh, okay. So because
appears at
I was
night.
gonna say I think Diamond Pearl was the first one to do that, but but that's not true. Diamond Pearl was the first one where the overworld actually changes in accordance with the time of day. In that game, I don't think it does. I don't think it there's anything to indicate that it's nighttime. You just have to check your clock.
Probably not. Yeah. I mean, there might be some slightly different music or something.
Yeah, because the graphics don't hold up.
Oh, what are you talking about? Look at this. Hoppip.
They
its
can't
eyeball,
do it.
Its eyeball is a single yellow pixel. It's incredible. It's staring into your soul.
A single yellow pixel. That's kind of horrifying. Okay, so I'm gonna put Sun and Moon.
Because it's technically 4 to make a square.
In my memory and in my mind, Sun and Moon goes above Black and White. How do you feel about that?
Splash. I'm okay. That we've reached the games that I have not played, so I'm just deferring to your judgment. Unless you try and put them above Crystal,
yeah,
then you're wrong.
And then I'm wrong, unless it's Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
I don't know. I'm gonna fight you on that one.
Okay, then let's go with. Oh, you put Let's Go in here as well. Ooh, that's gonna throw a kink in my ideas or my list here. I don't know where that's gonna go. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. So disappointed in how little extra content there was. Shout out to them bringing back all the bad guys from all the games to form Team Rainbow Rocket, but it was hollow and empty because they just repackaged the other game with one more mission. It's so... This honestly goes down even below Black and White 2 to me. I don't know. That's where I'm putting it. You good with that? This is now the lowest one. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Have you played these? This is going to be a hard one to place.
I have not. I played a little bit of the demo.
What'd you think?
I don't think I finished the demo.
Yeah, I don't think I like this game. I played it and could not get into it. I just don't like the Pokemon Go gameplay in the actual Pokemon games. I
Yeah,
feel like
they work
it
pretty good
fits.
if you don't have a controller or anything, essentially. If you're on a mobile device, that's completely
But this is
valid.
a fantastic game to introduce kids to the series. Although all of these are targeted towards kids more than a hardcore audience. I would say there's no game on here that's like, oh yeah, this is for an older Pokemon audience. It's not like, and it doesn't necessarily upscale with how old you are, like Mario does. You know what I mean? Like Mario Odyssey, I feel like appeals to all age groups.
Yeah,
It has aspects that make it very simple and easy to understand for children, but also
but it also has some
aspects,
of those like more difficult stars to get
yeah.
in the moon.
Pokemon does not do this well in their entire franchise and series. They just stick with what they know, and that's making a game for kids mostly. There's some post game stuff in a lot of these games. Maybe post game would be something we talk about to change our rankings here. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. We already asked them. So let's go Pikachu. Let's go Eevee. Maybe
I'm okay with that one being fairly low.
I'll put it above Black 2, White 2, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon. It's
Seems
a
legit.
good intro to kids who are playing Pokemon for the first time on Switch. But not going to be one that you really want to go to. I think graphically it looks really nice. But I also was a little I don't know. I'm just disappointed with where things have gone graphically for Pokemon. I feel like there's potential and they have not hit that potential.
Yeah.
And let's just get right on into it. Sword and Shield. I don't like them. I tried to get into it. I feel like this is the point where I said enough is enough, Pokemon. You're the number one media franchise in the freaking world, and you can't
Put some
afford.
effort in.
Yes, and you can't afford to render characters until you're 10 feet away from them. On the Switch, it feels like a DS game. I know. I'm harping on graphics tonight.
Yeah, because we all know graphics are the most important
Okay, but
aspect of a game.
here's the thing, Micah. Gameplay wise, Pokemon hasn't changed since they started. So we can't really compare gameplay.
I mean, different Pokemon appear at night now. Kind of a difference.
And then since then, every game has done that.
Exactly.
They add small bits and pieces here and there.
You're welcome.
Small bits. You're welcome. They add small bits and pieces that make the game better here and there, but overall, the gameplay has been the same generation to generation with a new I say roster with a new Pokédex of Pokemon and
duo typing now,
a new bad guy team. And here's the thing, the bad guy team in this game is the worst, the absolute worst that they have ever done. They're not even a bad guy team. They're just essentially a bunch of
they're just misunderstood.
No, they're just essentially a bunch of like punk teenagers. There's not even a bad guy. There's not a Team Rocket-esque plan with like an organization that's out stealing Pokemon to try and.
Then again, that might be more realistic. Just
Okay,
a bunch of turds being birds.
Actually, Team Rocket's plan is really not as good as let's see, Generation 3. That's the villains felt like they had. This is Team Magma and Team Aqua. They actually had like an organization and a big, huge, evil plan that made sense. Team Rocket was like, "We're gonna steal Pokemon."
Steal Pokemon. Yeah.
There wasn't really a plan other than they're trying to become a powerful mob organization, and that's what they were. But these guys aren't even that. They're just like kind of hooligans at stadium events. Like
At stadium events.
That's what they are. That is what they are. So I feel like I personally put Sword and Shield very low, if not the bottom. and I
Look
hate
how
to do that.
close. Look at the graphics. Look how close you can get to leveling up without actually leveling up. Incredible. Next level.
Yeah, I like how we're doing this ranking list, and you just started playing Crystal. Welcome
Yeah,
to
and it's
this
so
Let's
good.
Play. Welcome to this Let's Play.
I wasn't even planning to keep playing, but it hooked me. It's still incredible.
Okay, so let's come here. I don't know where to put this because I feel like I have an extreme negative bias towards Sword and Shield. Okay, this
Yeah,
game
I feel like it's probably
was
not quite as bad as you think it is. I know
yeah,
some
this
people
game
thought it were pretty good.
this game was met with controversy before it launched in that they were getting rid of the National Pokédex. Graphically, a lot of people were upset with how it looked. And I am not convinced that this was originally going to be a 3DS title. And then
Yeah.
they're like, sorry, the 3DS is dead. so it became a Switch game. And unfortunately, as the flagship, hey, this is the first console release, like home console release of Pokemon, it did not deliver in that regard.
Yeah,
So
it didn't live up to expectations.
I mean, this definitely is not as good as X and Y. I could maybe put it by Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, but I think it's worse than all of those too.
I would say it's better than Let's Go.
Really?
Having played 15 minutes of the demo of one of these two games. But it does have the wild area. Okay. So I feel like they got to get some props for that.
Yeah, so I'm rearranging the list here then, Micah. Let's Go is now going to the bottom, and Sword and Shield is going above that. Isn't this sad, though, that our least favorite games in the series are the most recent ones? That is so opposite of every other series on the Switch. It's like every game that comes out on the Switch is like, oh, this is the greatest. This is the greatest. It's like peak for the series. But
not Pokemon.
But to be fair, these games sell better than any other Pokemon games ever. And they're the worst ones. It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I feel like maybe you have a little extra hatred for them. I know some people I thought
I don't hate them. I still think they're good games because at their core they are Pokemon. But Sword and Shield lacked a good plot. Sword and Shield lacked the graphical improvements that you've seen from generation to generation so far.
It's about to get better than this.
Oh my goodness. No. I feel like you just need to turn that off.
It's too late.
In chat, we have Schlimtor says the series seems to be regressing with a crying peach. I agree. That does seem to be how it is. But I have high hopes for Legends to bring it back. And we're going to come here now to, I think, is this the last game on the list? Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I don't know where to rank this one. It is not as good as... I don't think it ranks higher than the originals because it is a one-for-one copy in a chibi art style that I don't think
But
holds.
it has potentially graphical improvements. And as we know from how you've ranked all these other games, that's the most important factor.
I don't think that it does have graphical improvements over the original. I think the original art style holds up better than this will. But I don't know. It just came... What do you think of the art style for this game? This is
I'm not a big fan of it, but I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either, but
it
I'm
seems
not
like
a big
they're
fan.
kind of trying to throw back to the original, but in a way that just doesn't quite hit the same.
This is as safe of a remake as you can get, but it holds up in a good way. But on this ranking list, where does it fall?
Probably above Ruby and Sapphire, because I heard those games aren't very good.
What? Those are some of my favorites.
Really? I didn't know that.
Would you put it above Black and White?
I
think it's better. I think it holds
sure,
up. Yeah, okay.
It's at least not worse
okay.
than Diamond and Pearl, I'd say.
I'm going to say it goes between... Actually, I'm going to put it right in between Generation 1 and Generation 1. It's not as good as Fire Red Leaf Green, but it's better than Red Green Blue Yellow. I think that Generation 4 is a fantastic. That might be my favorite generation. Yep.
Generation Pokemon Crystal all the way.
Which was sort of in Generation 4 because that's when it got remade. Okay. So looking at our list here, you can see this document with me, right? We're both editing
Yeah.
the same time.
I'm a little distracted by this incredible game I'm playing.
Are there any changes you would like to see made? Do you think Diamond and Pearl should go above Ruby Sapphire?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really played Ruby and Sapphire, so I can't, and I don't have super strong feelings about Platinum. But Platinum's the one where you had like that underground and you had your room you could make and whatnot. Fossil thing and stuff. That was kind of cool.
That one was really cool. I almost think I should switch around Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire with regular Ruby Sapphire for the same reason that you are fighting so hard that Crystal looks better. I don't know, the 2D pixel art just looks better.
Oh,
to me.
I'll say Heart Gold and Soul Silver looks better. Looks better than Crystal.
Yes.
But Crystal looks better than everything else on this list.
I don't know about that. Well, I mean, but Diamond and Pearl is the same art style. How does it look better? Wait, whoa. How does that look better? Science. Oh my goodness. This is I feel like people enjoy these episodes, but they're stressful to make with you because you are kind of the worst. No, that's not true. You are correct,
and I know it. I will not degrade myself.
Oh my goodness.
To agree with your poor opinions.
Well, at least we don't have another Ocarina of Time Wind Waker situation. We both agree. Well, here's again, we both agree on the number 1, but we disagree on the number 2.
Yeah, I will say that there are a couple things I do like more about the original Crystal compared to Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
All right.
I just feel like in
what are those
Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they're just like, here are all the legendary Pokemon. Take them. They're like free for the taking. And I kind of liked having to work for them. And
you do have to chase them in Heart Gold Soul Silver, the legendary dogs.
Yeah, the dogs. But I mean, I do kind of like that they tell you where they are. That's kind of nice instead of just like, well, I'm gonna stand at the border between 2 places and running this with a max repel for a little bit. Leave, come back.
That was the worst. That was so terrible. See, it's those quality of life improvements that I do feel knock Gold, Silver, Crystal down because there's some just really nice improvements made in future games.
That's nice. But I do wish in the remake that they made you catch because you don't have to catch the legendary dogs to catch Ho-Oh, right? Or maybe I'm forgetting you do in the remake.
No,
I don't remember that being.
But I thought,
are they game specific?
I thought that Ho-Oh and Lugia were like part of the story. Is that not the case in the original in Crystal?
Kind of. They have the caves where
Crystal, you catch Lugia as part of the story. Yeah, so you do have to work to catch Ho-Oh and Lugia in the so in Heart Gold, you have to work to go catch Lugia in like a separate spot. I don't know if you have to find them though. But I can't remember.
No, they're in specific spots. But
they're harder to get.
Once you catch the legendary dogs, Ho-Oh, I think, is back in like the burned down tower or something like that.
Okay, that is kind of cool. That is kind of.
And cool. I think in the remake, Ho-Oh is just like there at some point. You get far enough in, and you just go and catch him.
That reminds me of the Reggies. The Reggies with Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, where you have to like go to these specific caves and have to read Braille.
I remember you have to read the unknown.
Yeah.
Lettering. Yeah, that was so good.
Yeah. Dude, that's such a good. So I feel I don't know. I feel like our top 4 are actually really good. Personally, I would put Diamond, Pearl, Ruby, Sapphire above Gold, Silver. but Crystal, kind
Be
of,
above.
kind of.
I would allow that. Silver and gold can be below, but crystal's above.
All right, that's gonna be the one we'll split out to appease me.
And
So
I haven't played those two games. For all I know, they're garbage compared to Crystal.
I have a lot of nostalgia for it because it's my first one. I remember getting Togepi, teaching my Togepi Mud Slap. That's the last thing I remember. It was one of my earliest memories with Pokemon. My Togepi that could Mud Slap.
What an incredible,
incredible
move.
Here we go with our definitive ranking list. The Nintendo Pals official ranked list of all mainline Pokemon games. We have at number 1. Do you want to switch off here? Well, I'll read number 1. You read number 2. We've got
Sure.
to listen.
I'm just getting attacked by my rival, and I have not caught any other Pokemon, so I'm probably going to lose.
At number 1, we got Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
And number 2, we got Pokemon Crystal.
At number 3, we've got
all Pokemon.
Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum.
Number 4, we got Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald.
Number 5, we've got Gold and Silver.
Whoa! You put that so low. Oh, yeah. I'm willing to accept that.
You said you said, yeah, I'm willing to say those ones.
I did that, but I was distracted by this game being so incredible. I was thinking it was only one game lower, but it's 2 games. But I can accept that. What are we on? Number 6, we got the remake, Omega Red and Alpha Sapphire.
Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire.
I struggled real hard.
Number 7, we got Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Number 8, we got the remake, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Number 9, Red and Green and Blue and Yellow. You have an and in all of these on the list. And.
That's how they came up when I copy and pasted them. Number 10, I believe we were at Moon and Sun.
Oh, nice. Switching it up.
Oh, yeah.
Number 11, Pokemon Black and White.
Number 12, Y and X. It just sounds wrong.
That does sound wrong. Number 13, Pokemon Black 2 and White 2.
14, remake of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Number 15 is Pokemon Sword and Shield.
And then last and kind of least, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
People love this game, man. I feel like there's going to be people
that
are going to be upset.
I don't know why. I just could not get through it.
There is no game on this list that I think is a bad game, other than I personally boycotted and did not buy Sword and Shield. But as I mentioned, I got it, and I will be giving it a more full chance of a playthrough. I have played it, first off. I have played it, but I didn't play it all the way through because I just couldn't get into it. Yeah. Okay, Micah, we have...
They have this move called Leer where you stare at them and it lowers their defense and it looks like you're just laser beaming them in the face. It's incredible.
That move has been in every game.
I don't remember it looking like a laser beam in other games.
Okay, so now we got some community questions all on Pokemon stuff. First question here comes from Solo Something. Who is your favorite 3 Pokemon of all time? And he has a second question, but we'll ask that one after this. What are your 3 favorite Pokemon of all time?
I got my top 2 real easy. Shuckle, and then Dunsparce. Yeah. What are your top 2? Just curious. Before I just always remember
Dunsparce is like 5 feet long.
Oh yeah, it's actually huge. I forgot about that. I just remember that video you sent me. You're like, oh yeah, Dunsparce is 5 feet long.
Yeah. My top 2 are going to be. I'm gonna say these are both tied for number 1, so they're gonna take the number 1 and number 2 spot, and that's gonna be
Cyndaquil and Charmander.
Charizard specifically.
Yeah. Fair enough. Cyndaquil, not Typhlosion.
Yeah. I like Cyndaquil more than I like Typhlosion, look-wise. But obviously I leveled my...
But they're the
Cyndaquil.
same, and one of them has fire on its back.
Cyndaquil
How do you go wrong with that?
Cyndaquil also has that.
Kind of.
He activates it like a porcupine with quills. Like,
yeah, he activates it, but usually it's not activated.
So does Typhlosion.
Fair enough. Nah, in the art you see of Typhlosion, he always has it. It seems like.
Yeah, but he does.
I feel like in Typhlosion it seems more like a cape, and Cyndaquil's more like the natural
Yeah.
porcupine sort of thing. So I can
I
see that.
kind of like it though. I kind of like that design that he's like a porcupine, but instead
Yeah,
of
that
wings,
that
he
is
has
pretty
fire.
cool.
And then my third favorite Pokemon of all time. Should I say Trubbish? Like garbage bag.
That would be a garbage choice to fit your garbage personality. So
Oh,
it's
ouch.
just right.
Ouch. Ouch.
I don't actually think you have garbage personality usually. That makes you feel better.
It makes me feel a little bit better. I want to make some Pokemon pun here, but I can't think of a good Pokemon pun. Might even say that my pun would be unknown. Don't want to muck this one up.
I'm laughing to keep them quiet.
Absolutely not bad jokes.
You took it too far.
Yep. All right, so if you have to pick a third favorite,
Are you picking your third favorite, or am I supposed to be picking
you
mine?
go. I don't know what to do for my third favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to throw back to my practically original favorite Pokemon, Cubone.
Cubone's a good pick.
It's got that good potential lore of being like a Kangaskhan whose mother died.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh, I don't know. I'll say I'm gonna say Lucario.
weak, boo. That's a terrible choice. I'm just kidding. Schlimtor also chose that as his
Oh, he
one of
did.
his
Oh,
top
yeah,
three.
I
Yeah.
see that. Slimtor
But
has.
I feel like I'm not that big a fan of Lucario, but
Wait,
I will
okay,
say
wait. I gotta point out.
Scyther and
So,
Haxorus are
so in chat, Schlimtor
real
has
cool.
his list of Haxorus, Scyther, and Lucario, and all of those Pokemon look very similar. They're all like they
Do
stand
they?
on two legs and have like very skinny limbs that are kind of
Yeah.
like fighty.
I feel like I see
They're
more
not
of the
very different.
Haxorus and Scyther. Lucario's
Yeah,
kind of different.
yeah, I guess so.
It's got the
Yeah,
same kind of stance, but
Scyther's
he got spikes.
Scyther's a good pick. I also
Scyther and Pinsir used to be like among my two
Yeah,
favorite
I
as
also
well.
really like just Snorlax. I don't know why. Snorlax has always been just
Lex
like
is a good one.
a good solid design for a Pokemon. And Gyarados. I like Gyarados.
Oh, the Magikarp to Gyarados, like that.
Actually, I'm gonna take back my number three is actually gonna be Swampert.
Toot toot.
Swampert.
Swampert,
hmm Yeah, I
not
really like.
Bidoof.
Oh, Bidoof's a good choice too.
It's
But I'm gonna
mostly
go
the
Swampert.
name.
I'm gonna go
I don't
Swampert.
necessarily like the art of Bidoof, but the name of Bidoof
What are
is
you
the
going for your
best.
number three? You still haven't picked yours.
What? I said Cubone.
Oh yeah, you did Cubone. All right.
And I actually like Cubone more. I mean, yeah, I like Cubone more than Marowak.
I agree.
The crack in the skull gives character.
Yeah. Well, I also like the new Alolan version of
With the
Marowak
fire.
with the fire. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What we really need though, I need another version, and instead of like a flaming stick, it needs to be a scythe. Give him a bone scythe.
Oh, whoa, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That would
that's what
actually
I
be
was
real
hoping.
cool. Man. Okay. Thank you for the question, Solo. He has another question. Says, me being a fan of Shield, and it's his intro to Pokemon games, says, what would you have changed about it to make it more your jam? I think he sensed some disdain from me about Sword and Shield. And as I ragged on it in our ranking list, like I said, I don't think it's a bad game. I just don't think it's as good as any of the other Pokemon games that we listed above it. It's funny. Solo is in chat. He says that. Yeah, the only ones I've played are the lowest two in the ranking. Well, now you know that every other game is just going to be so awesome by comparison. Just go play them. They're
Exactly.
great. What would I have changed to make it more my jam? I think they should have gone all in on the wild area.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yep.
Expand that.
They made that an extra, and that should have been the hub for how you get to all the different areas. Even if they had really linear paths off that hub area, just do like what Zelda does with Hyrule Field being in the center, and just have that be the wild area, and then you go to each of the dungeons, which would be towns, that maybe you have to go up a path to get to, would be very cool. But Pokemon has such good potential to be an open world game that I don't even think they definitely, based off what they've shown, are not going to hit with Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Yeah.
I say it different every time I say it.
For real, though.
Yeah, they're not going to hit it. Like, I think they could do open world as open and wide as Breath of the Wild and Skyrim, and it would work.
Oh, it'd be incredible. They did it well.
You go to each of the towns, and you could go in any order, but instead of the towns being the gym leaders in those towns being locked to one level, they would scale up with you depending on how many badges you have. So the first one you go to, no matter where you go to, will be ready to fight you at badge 1 level. And maybe it even scales up with the Pokemon level in your party. You know, like uses some sort of averaging so that you can't super over level. But you can do that in the base games, so why would that be a problem now, right?
Exactly. The only thing I could think, I mean, you could even kind of try and force them to go like a certain path by just having some areas more dangerous, like higher level Pokemon than others. Like you wouldn't want to, I don't think you'd want to overdo that, but there could be definitely some like extra areas that are just like a really high level that are kind of post game, but you could get to them earlier. You'd just probably be under leveled.
Yeah. I think there's so much potential. And then graphically, I think that they are hitting notes. Sword and Shield does not hit those notes for me. This new Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, the battle scenes, I think the character models and the animations look very good. Then when you get out of those battles, it's like we're back to looking like Funko Pops. Like that part doesn't look as good to me. And I think it should be a full 3D experience. I think they should just take their time with it and make one really good game.
And include a picture book for your Pokédex thing. So when you take pictures of Pokemon, you can fill it out.
And just make it Pokemon Snap?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Why can't they
have
do that?
scoring for that as well if they want.
They literally have had camera apps in the games that do nothing. Like Sun and Moon, you take pictures of Pokemon and upload them to fake social media that gets like a bunch of likes and stuff. It does nothing. It does nothing for the game. They're like these little photo shoot zones. That should just be part of the game. Breath of the Wild has Pokemon Snap built into it as like an extra thing. Just do it.
And I filled out my entire whatever it's called.
Okay, but you hit on a fantastic point here. Pokemon Snap is the graphics that we deserve for a new Pokemon game. Like that level of graphical quality. Now people will say, well, that's very scripted. You're on a track system. Sure. But it shows the potential of what could be.
Yeah, in a perfect world, it would have all Pokemon and they'd all look that good.
I feel like it's not the technology and the development skill is development skill maybe not. The technology is there.
But to do that many animations for that many Pokemon, I do understand not wanting to have too many.
You're leading us right into the next question.
Oh yeah, I am.
But I know that's a good transition, but I do want to come back to Solo's question here. What would you have changed about it to make it more your jam? I feel like they missed an opportunity to make a big leap coming to consoles, and instead made like a half step. And I think they just needed to make a full step.
They're testing the waters.
Yeah, and if they were gonna do it the way that they did, they should have included the National Pokedex. That's my take. And here's the next question from Hawk, aka Barry, asks, "How do you feel about the National Dex not being continued in Sword and Shield?"
I'm okay with it.
I am as well, but the fact that they didn't have that and took all these other shortcuts feels a little bit weird to me. Like, if they were going to keep with this lower graphical style, I could see them doing that in order to keep the better models, which rumor has it, word on the street was they had high fidelity models for all of the Pokemon made, and they scrapped them for this game because they couldn't figure out how to optimize it. That's the playground chatter.
Interesting. Do they have all the models like animated and stuff? Because that's still
I don't know.
some work.
I don't know. But like,
Well,
what
ask
kind of
those
what kind
rumor
of animation? What kind of animations did they have in Sword and Shield? This is your attack. You're like, the Pokemon like are stiff and like
menacing
tilt.
T pose.
Yeah, okay. They have had so many hits in other games with Pokemon attack animations. I get it. There's a lot to animate. But I feel like an indie team.
A lot to animate.
I feel like an indie team could come in and do a better job than Game Freak.
I mean, if you have
That's
to
my
give
opinion.
like all these like different Pokemon, different versions of tackle or something like that, that's so many things to animate.
It's true.
I mean, like way too many. I think that's like bajillions of combination, like potential combinations. I mean, a lot of them could fit along the same.
Yeah, we're getting into
But-
both you and I have some game dev experience, and like when you look at it like that, both you and I were like, oh yeah, it makes sense that they stopped continuing the National Pokedex, because there's no way that you can keep up with what 6 to 800 different Pokemon, all of them having their own unique animations for everything, their own unique sprites. Well, they're not sprites, they're 3D models for this game. It was much more feasible and doable when they were sprites. Once they moved into the 3D space and the animation needs to look better. Because here's the problem. Sword and Shield is still animated like it's sprites, but they're 3D models, and that's why it doesn't look as good.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it just isn't going to look as good because of how they developed it.
They improved the models, but not the animation, kind of. So there's like a mismatch.
Yeah. So how do we feel about it? I am disappointed, but not surprised, and also don't expect them to continue to have it unless they really go all out. And it's like this is for the fans, which Pokemon just isn't.
The Pokemon Ultimate,
Yeah,
when that comes out.
Pokemon isn't known to do things like that. They're just looking to target the next generation.
I mean,
of
and to be
Pokemon
fair, it's not
fans.
a good business decision for them to do that. They make bajillions. Like they could take that time, or they can put out 3 Pokemon games instead of spending like 8 years.
The hard
planning all
truth
this
right
out.
there. That's the hard truth right there, because our bottom ranked Pokemon games are the top selling in the series because they're on Switch and they have the name Pokemon on them.
And
like,
I'm willing
that's-
to admit there might be a very, very slight amount of bias from like nostalgia for us for some
us.
of those older games.
What nostalgia
But
bias
very,
from Micah?
Very, very, very slight. Like the smallest I've ever seen for myself personally.
Yeah.
Andros over there, like, man, these red leafy greens and stuff.
These
nice.
red
What a good game. Looks great.
Yeah, there's definitely nostalgia play in here. I don't know. I'd be curious. We've got Solo something in the community who's saying that Sword and Shield is his first Pokemon game. I'd be curious to hear from you and anybody else who
Play some of these older games.
plays
now.
that game. Yeah, plays Sword and Shield as their first Pokemon game and then goes back and plays another one if they think the other one is better.
If you do that, start with Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Crystal. Because if
Start with
you
the
don't
best,
enjoy
huh?
that, yeah, because if you don't enjoy
True,
those
true.
ones, you're not going to enjoy the rest, probably, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Thanks so much for the question, Barry. Appreciate it. And then last comment here is not really a question. It's just a comment from Frosticles that says Pokemon Gold/Silver are the best. They had Johto and Kanto, 2 games in 1. Enough said. And I think Frosticles will be pleased
Is
to
correct.
see our ranking list and how high all of those ranked. Heart Gold and Soul Silver is such a good game. Pokemon's such a good series. I think that's why maybe I have this.
You're so hard on them. It's because they're not living up to their potential.
It's
like
true.
parents.
It's true.
You put parents in like Hallmark movies. They push their children because they know they can live up to their potential or something like that.
Yep.
Why we're hard on them.
I feel like Pokemon has potential to be so much greater than the games are. I feel like most of the magic of Pokemon now comes outside of the games, which I don't think was always the case.
We need the like clip of like Mr. Krabs, like, but why aren't they making an incredible game with everything like that? Money.
Yeah, it's true. And with that, we have reached the end of episode 66, the one where we rank all the Pokemon games. And I think I'm happy with our list. I'm happy with
I'm
our
glad
list
you
turned
saw
out.
Reason and Pokemon Crystal and whatnot are at the very top.
Yeah, that one's more. Yeah, I'll say I still feel like Crystal should be ranked below some of these, but you feel strongly, and this is a combined list. It's a combined list.
Yeah, I mean, I feel so strongly about it that like even if you thought it was the worst game, it should probably still be ranked at the top.
Yeah,
I would average you out so hard.
I don't feel that strongly about anything but Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I think I can say without a doubt are the greatest Pokemon games ever made.
Yeah, and my feeling is like Crystal is pretty similar. It's practically the same. They have some like minor graphical things. Your Pokemon follows you. It's kind of cool. Doesn't like in my opinion doesn't really change.
Heart
anything.
Gold and Soul Silver is a perfected crystal, essentially.
Yeah, except for making it a little too easy for all these other chumps to catch Ho-Oh, which I worked super hard for.
Yeah, you're not gonna let that go. And with that, we'll wrap up the episode here. We'll kick off some of our what am I looking for here? Our outro theme music, which is here. It's playing right now. Yeah, there we go. Who's on the soundboard? What are they doing over there?
Not their job.
Yeah. Special thanks to our friend Roger Pollard for making the intro and outro music for Nintendo Pals. If you want to check out more of his work, you can do so by checking out the links in the description of the show. And reach out to us on all our social medias. Hit up and join our Discord. Join in on the conversation. Where do you think these Pokemon games rank? And what is your top favorite Pokemon game of all time? And with that, we'll turn it over to Micah for our closing remark.
Pokemon Crystal.
Talk to y'all next week.